was. We're only joking now.
Yeah.
You should have seen most of this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit where I bust the door. Well, CASA started in 1976 when one of its founder members, Margaret Elliott OBE, so we now have to bow when she comes into the room, set up something called Little Women, which was a bunch of working class housewives in Sunderland got together to set up not a care company but a grocery shop which had a nursery on top for their kids. And what Margaret learned from that experience was the power of cooperation, how a bunch of working class women can get together and set up their own business and deliver. And that morphed into Little Women Household Services in the late 80s. And then in 1991-92, Sunderland City Council tendered for its home care services. Got all of Sunderland's policies and procedures, turned it into a franchise model, set CASA up, and Margaret was one of the founder members of CASA, along with Sean, along with Dave, along with myself, and we said, okay, well let's get the essence of Sunderland and start looking for new territories.
It was the biggest council estate in Manchester within Shore, and we were here to put people back into the work. So where people go for job interviews and they've been out of work for a certain amount of time, we don't look at that. You know, we just want to get them back into work, and if they're willing to, if they care, then we'll give them a chance.
What I really like about CASA is we give people a go. So, you know, it doesn't matter if people haven't got the experience, because we'll give it them and we'll give them all the support that they need.
Working with the job centre, people don't know where they want to go with their lives, and it enables them to come to us and have a feel for it before actually making a decision whether they want to do it. It's a full week intense course, 2 weeks, intense course, and within that course there's a 2-day shadowing where they'll go into the field with senior carers and have a feel for it before the interview. They're all guaranteed an interview at the end of it.
We predominantly do the fast track and the end of life care, complex care for the NHS.
All the care plans, like Elaine said, everything we do has to be person-centred, because all the clients that we get in, they've all got complex needs and they've all got different needs, so I have to tailor-make everything so that it kind of works for that client. And I just think it makes a difference, and getting the family's involvement and sitting and speaking to them.
We don't look at it as a business as such, and I think that's what spills over into the care workers.
Elaine and the other staff always try and do the best. You know, if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that. You know, that they do try and do the best. And they do try and recruit, you know, really good people.
To me is of course like a career, but then also is something that I love to do in my life, helping somebody else.
So there.
Much better than that.
Yeah.
A lot of care companies, if someone phones and says, oh, you know, I'm not due a care call for another 3 hours, but I'm actually in a bit of, you know, I need a bit of help. Some care companies go, oh, I'm very sorry, but we don't actually have anybody out to help. Or we'll charge you for it. We had a lady phone yesterday and say, can you just send someone round and drop my TV remote on the floor? And it's like, oh, right, okay. So we go round and pick the TV remote up. I mean, we're not going to get paid for doing that. We're not going to...
No,
but we do it.
You tend to think of, well, how would you feel?
Yeah.
Carers feel very involved with the business, and it also generates loyalty within the business. And I know some of the carers have been working here for many years, and they seem to stay with CASA because they do feel as though they are part of the business. They're all members of CASA, and it means a great deal to them and to the whole company.
They feel, because obviously they're a part of it,
Yeah.
and they see us, so it spills down, it cascades down to them, and their behaviour then becomes that, you know, you tend to find that you retain staff more. And
Yeah.
Not only do you have the management structure, everyone's on the same level. You're spoken to with the same respect as you would anyone. You are all owners, and you're treated as an owner here. You know, you get to know information that no other branch, no other company would tell you, whether it's financial reports, how the branch is actually doing, how many hours we're delivering. You know, you're all included in everything.
Each employee member of General Council is what's called an employee engagement champion. So not only do they attend General Council, their function role is to engage with the workforce at a local level.
I'm the voice for the carers, so if they have an issue, you know, and this can be anything from they want to order some fleeces for the whole team, or they have a query with wages. You know, it has to be like, we want to be weekly or monthly pay. They have a say. Being owners, they have a say.
You know, you do the things, good things that you expect people to do for you.
Yeah.
That's
Cheers, pal.
We compete against large multinationals, so care is a very big business these days, regulated by the Care Quality Commission, so a highly regulated, very low margin kind of industry. It's a very tough industry, because essentially we've got fairly low paid employees working alone in the homes of very vulnerable adults.
How would I say, the capacity of them helping or giving things that they need to their staff, they cannot do it because maybe they can afford it. You know, because if they will, you know, spend every penny that they will be making a year, probably they will go out of work. And when they go out of work, I will go out of work. So they've got to do it cheap.
Our main customer on the whole is local authorities and the NHS, so it's public sector procurement, and there are no favours at all for social enterprises. I know it's different elsewhere in Europe, certainly in the UK, it's a very, very competitive market, and the Social Value Act has made absolutely no difference whatsoever.
Companies like CASA, based on a cooperative share-based dividend model, is a really good way to move forward in social care, because many clients and carers that I come across very often feel exploited by, a turnover-based approach to the provision of social care. Whereas CASA is based on values and principles, and whilst it does need to make money to cover its running costs, once that's, achieved, it seeks to give back to its employees.
We know it's building towards something bigger, and we know it's building towards something better, and I can see when I go out and see the clients the difference that it's making compared to other care companies. So I think it motivates you to just get up and sort of carry on going and keep putting in and keep putting in and keep putting in and keep putting in and keep putting in